Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for June 12th to the 19th, 2026. I invite you to close your eyes. Let's get into this reading. 3 nice deep breaths, please. With each deep breath, coming home to ourselves, to our beautiful bodies. And with that third exhale, I invite you to imagine a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going deep down into Mother Earth and grounding you here and now in this present moment, knowing that this tree root is not only anchoring you and grounding you, but it is also a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children, about to do the reading of the week for June 12th to the 19th, 2026. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and our collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to facilitate our exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and the best and the clearest way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and our collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in this window that we have together here today. I'd like to acknowledge the overlighting Dave of Hearts home where I find myself on this beautiful land. Thank you for holding me and creating this clearing where this good reading can happen. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of clarity, of wisdom, of healing, of insight, of transformation, of peace, of whatever is uppermost in our personal hearts and minds, and collectively may it be held here in the best way possible. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. And I'd also like to acknowledge the devas, the overlighting intelligence of the land where you find yourself as you listen to this. Thank you for taking care of all those who are participating at this time. I am so grateful. Onward and upward. And so we have the Hearts Home roses blooming right now out in the garden, of which this is a sampling for our heart-opening edification. All right, my friends, what is it that we need to know this week, Creator? Send us what it is that would be of best use to us as we walk this path on the earth in these human forms, seeking to be of highest service, of highest good for ourselves, for those we love, for our families, our communities, and the world at large. What do we need to know, please, to be of best service and highest in happiness, thriving, and well-being? Okie dokes. Okay, we're starting with victory. The 6 of Wands, so wands are, as you know, creativity. They're inspiration, they're passion, they're the fire element, and they represent that liveliness within ourselves, that generative potential that everyone carries, regardless of who you are. And this desire force that exists within us is what propels us as individuals and the collective of humanity forward. And it is necessary for us to be accessing our desire force at this time. Our desire is what causes us to manifest on earth. It coalesces matter around us to form these human bodies. And from this space, we continue desiring and manifesting in this 3-dimensional reality that we're experiencing. And this card is reminding us that we have many, many times celebrated being on earth. We have successfully pulled through wonderful, wonderful experiences and opportunities and creations in service to our good and that of the rest of humanity. And we're needing to remember that there is so much good behind us. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before. There is so much love. There is so much care. There is so much concern. It's not what we hear about in the history books. It's not what we hear about passed down. We hear all the terrible things, all the skeletons in the closet, all the hard stuff, all the difficult stuff, all the horrendous stuff. For some reason, that's celebrated rather than the love and the care and the consistency and the showing up and the dedication and the devotion that came before, that led to us being where we are now. We, as I said, we stand on the shoulders of those who came before. And this card is an indication of that, this beautiful card of victory. We need to remember humanity has been victorious before. It will be again through us. We are the current iteration through which this creative generative potential is manifesting. The present card, we have the Prince of Swords. So fast forward momentum, things changing on the level of action and ideas. Swords are the mind. They're the realm of, as I said, ideas and action. It's the suit of air. So there are things changing very quickly. And I think everyone can agree. There's lots of things changing very quickly. It's like, where is the solid ground here? Where is the truth? Where is what's real and what's not real? And this energy is shifting all around us right now. And it's reminding us, because we can't think our way out of this. This is something that has to be led with the heart. We need to drop into the heart to navigate this rapidly shifting time of the mind, of ideas, of different actions being taken. Is it true? Is it not true? Is it good? Is it not good? How do we know? How do we hold our bearings in this crazy, crazy world? But the heart knows and the body knows what is appropriate, what is nourishing, what is kind, what is of service versus what is dramatic and draining our life force and our attention and dragging our mind off into the four corners so that we're not actually on purpose in our own field, living into our possibilities and potentials. So this change, I don't think anybody would argue that this is the energy of the time that we're living through. This fast forward momentum, this things shifting very quickly, and it's hard to kind of get a grounding and a bearing. And we will not find grounding and bearing outside of ourselves. We have to come home. We have to come back to who we are at our highest level. Come back to the desire, come back to the yes, come back to the heart, come back to the body, because that is where we're experiencing this reality from at this time. And that's where the truth is for us. And my heart truth may be slightly different than yours, and that's okay. But we all know what's appropriate when we come home to our hearts and unhook from the external ideas of what that is. We all know we want to be loved and cared for. We all know we want safety and well-being, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. We want a world that's beautiful and nourishing and loving and kind and supportive and encouraging. I said that word already, but you get the gist of it. This beautiful energy of fullness, of happiness, of thriving, of expansion, of beauty. And yes, of course, life is more than that. There is a lot of dramatic contrast in life, and that's okay, because that contrast is for us. We know what we want when we know what we don't want. So it's important. It's an essential aspect of our humanness, and it's for us. And that's what's important to remember. We generate our beautiful life thanks to those difficult contrasts that we've lived through. We know what we want because we've lived what we don't want. And the beautiful future that we can pull towards us can be grounded in that truth, in those beauties, in that awareness. So that going forward, we're generating more of that for more of humanity and for more of the life on this planet. Not just humans, because we have many, many brothers and sisters in different forms on this planet. And the Force card, the gardening card, the Ace of Swords is our near future card. And this is the keep it clean, clean it up, keep cleaning it up, keep pruning. I call it the pruning card. And this card is one that just keeps popping up again and again and again and again. And this card is reminding us we have to cut away all the dead, diseased, and crossing branches in our lives. All the places where the energy is no longer flowing need to go, because that's taking our energy. And when we prune those parts of our lives and redirect our life force into the areas where there are leaves and fruits growing, we create more abundance and more well-being and more happiness and thriving in our experience. So this near future card, victory. We know the experience of victory. We created things before that have been wonderful. Let that inform the direction going forward, knowing that this is true. and that this is changing very, very quickly, doesn't mean we're not going to be able to still manifest what we want. It doesn't mean we're not going to be able to create. And in fact, it's going to happen way faster now. But we need to keep it clean and clear. We need to keep pruning away the dead wood, that which no longer serves us. Just keep moving the things out that are no longer of service, of use to you on a material level and an emotional and a spiritual and a mental level. So this is what we're moving into, is this pruning, more awareness of what no longer serves us. As things keep changing, as we keep refining it on the mental level, as more things come our way, there's more opportunity to clean it up. That's the work we're doing right now. We got to just keep cleaning it up. So understanding this, understanding that we're getting someplace. So don't lose hope, please. We are getting somewhere, but there's work to be done in the meantime. And so ground yourself in that which has been successful in the past, so that you know you have the resilience, the abilities, the discernment, the capabilities to move through this cleansing process that we're going through. We're going to see a lot of this in the next little while, essentially because we're kind of at those last stages of what we've known, these patterns of energy that just need to be cleaned up. And so it's just happening personally and collectively. There are bubbles of things coming up in our fields. And rather than getting attached to them and making them part of your identity, see if you can't breathe into a space of observer, of the witness of your experience, so that you don't latch on to those stories and make them who you are, because that's not who you are. It's not who I am. It's not why we're here. They're just part of the experience, and they're temporary. And so as these things come up to be healed, these bubbles of experience, these sort of feelings that surface, the ickiness, it's like, just notice it, breathe through it, just be with it without attachment, and let it resonate through you and then out. Because that's the work that we're doing right now. We're not attaching to it. We're not holding on to it. We're recognizing that this is part of who we've been, and it's part of what needs to move through us as we continue to prune, and then we're letting it go. We're moving it out of our field. Another sword, the Queen of Swords, and she's in the position of foundation. So this is why we're having the reading this week. Once again, this isn't an emotional reading. Look at this. I mean, I might have all these roses and beautiful pinks and things that represent the heart here, but we don't have a heart reading this week. We have a practical reading. This is like a mental, practical, commonsensical, it's not about attaching to stories. It's like, you've got stuff to do, so get on with it. There's nothing to impede us if we don't let ourselves get ensnared by the old story. So who is the Queen of Swords? Well, she's this very practical, wise individual who sees clearly and just gets stuff done. She makes a good list and she plows through it very readily. Of course, she's informed by the feminine, by the intuition, by the felt sense, but she's still getting stuff done. This isn't like she's just lolling about waiting for things to happen. This is a doing quality of energy. So it feels like the energy of this time is experiencing what's coming up and then taking the appropriate action on it. Once again, this isn't about being attached. This is about being neutral, rising above, getting into that witness observer state, so that as we navigate the stuff going on in our lives, we can keep it clean and clear. We can continue to cut away the dead wood. We can be observant of what no longer serves us and let it go. Just let it go. Get it out of your energy field so that you're traveling light, so that you're nimble. You're able to respond to life rather than react by staying clean and clear. That's our code word this week, is clean and clear. But always, always fueled by the generative potential that we each are, because that's who we are. We're that desire force that is always expressing desire into the universe and then drawing that towards us. That dynamic is ongoing. But at this time, we need to be a little bit more practical, a little bit less emotional about things. Rational, logical, practical, getting stuff done, checking the boxes. And there is nothing wrong with doing that from time to time. And it feels like that's going to be very much of service to us this week. Okay, let's pull the card to grow on, shall we? So interesting. I guess we'll see how that manifests this week. Getting stuff done. Staying on target, being focused. Okay, Creator, what is it that we need to know? Our card to grow on this week. A couple of cards that fell out of the deck. Oh, the High Priestess and the Magician. We'll see if they come back. Let's summarize the energy of this week in service to our highest and greatest good, that we make best use of this information at a deep, intuitive, and resonant level for our good and the good of all those who surround us, in service to more love and light on the earth and beyond. Okay. And we have the Prince of Hearts waving his heart around, inviting us to come and play, inviting us to come and join him. This is a gathering up of those of like mind, of like heart. It's like, be in your heart, be lighthearted, and celebrate what there is to celebrate. So it's interesting because we didn't have any hearts in the last reading, but here we're wrapping up with this one. And this is coming home to our heart because things are changing, and it's okay. We can change things on the level of our heart. But it's more this invitation to be in the heart. Yes, we have to be practical. That's what we just saw in those other cards. And as we do that good work, as we clean things up, going forward, our card to grow on, it's remember, we are heart-centered beings. We're here to respond to life from not just our mind, but our bodies, our hearts, and our spirits. All of those need to be in harmony and in sync for us to have the best experience. And this lovely Prince of Hearts is saying, hey, come and join with me. Let's have good connection. Let's meet heart to heart and share who we are and what we are authentically. And this has to happen from the inside out because no one outside of us can know our heart the way we do. We need to be paying attention to what we're telling ourselves or what the messages are from the inside out and living that out into the world and sharing that with others. And this card is all about this sort of, because as I said, princes are like knights in other decks. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of things happening here. And there's this movement towards gathering with others, connecting with others of like mind and like heart, and holding space together energetically. Because truly that's how we will change anything in the world, is by coming from the inside out and by calling in what we want and witnessing what we want, being in a perspective of gratitude and appreciation and witnessing and recognizing all the many blessings in our lives. And when we come from that more positive, heart-centered perspective, we then recognize it around us, in each other and in the world and in life around us, and we can draw it in powerfully and anchor it even more into the human reality through each of our own experiences. So yes, beauty, it's okay. Love is okay. Connection is beautiful. That's what it's all about right now, even though those other cards were saying, be practical, get stuff done, move the ball up the field. Let's keep going. This one is saying, do it from the heart. You can be practical and efficient and all of those good things and be informed by the heart. And that's why we had the queen at the bottom. It's not just the king and that very masculine energy, but it is this sort of feminine or yin inspired energy that is behind all the work that we're doing. We're facing the changes on this planet from love. And when we face that from love, we are creating a foundation of love for the future that everything then can be built upon. So let's lean into that this week so that we can be part of this beautiful new community of love and light that's rising on the planet. And it doesn't mean necessarily that we're all going to move in together and form a commune. You might. There's a lot of people out there who want to do that and who are doing it. But it's more like-mindedness, like energy, like-heartedness. Each of us coming from the heart, from our truth, our heart truth, and living that into the world, and that creating a resonant community of like-minded individuals, like-hearted individuals, creating change around the planet. So this is magnificent and it's beautiful, and it still does have to do with the heart and roses and beauty and all those good things that lift us up. So I hope you have a beautiful week of weaving in threads of being practical, of getting things done, of keeping things clean and clear. Let's take a nice deep breath together. Letting it go. Such a pleasure to have the breath in our bodies, to be here now at this time on this planet together. I'm sure I've met many of you in person, and if I haven't, I hope we will at some point connect. I'm grateful, Creator, for each and every individual who comes to these readings, whether through algorithms or on their own or through friends or because we've connected in person. Thank you for being here. I ask for much love, much light, much clarity, much wisdom, much discernment, practical qualities for the week ahead for each and every one of us, that we may prune our lives judiciously, identifying that which no longer serves us and pruning it out so that we can have healthier, thriving trees of life, and we can put our energy and our resources towards that which serves us and those around us and this beautiful planet, so that as we rise in our service and our offering, we are clean and clear and in integrity and motivated from the inside out, from our truth, from our light, reaching out to each other and greeting each other and connecting with each other at that higher level of beautiful intention and well-being and care and concern and love. May we recognize each other and rise together, each in our own lane, doing our own thing, but knowing that we are united across the world. People everywhere are dropping into their hearts, are breathing with intention, are showing up wholeheartedly in the moment and bringing their heart and their mind and their spirit along with their beautiful bodies in service to this glorious unfolding that humanity is part of. Thank you, Creator, for the opportunity to continue to do this good work. I am so grateful, and I love doing these readings. Please bless everyone on this reading, and I look forward to co-creating with you again next week. Have a beautiful, beautiful June wherever you are on this gorgeous planet. Bask in the beauty, my friends. It will nourish us and take us where we need to go. Much love and light. Until next Friday. And I guess I'm due to do the weekly, not the weekly reading, but the solstice reading. That'll be coming up as well. So keep an eye out for that. Take care. Bye for now.